My God, I hate drugs.
Tindig Pilipinas is primarily composed of current and former government officials connected with the Liberal Party and the previous Aquino administration. And a few minutes ago, Senator Antonio Trillanes was here and he made a rather daring speech, and he said that the Duterte family is behind the shipment of drugs here in the Philippines. And he says Duterte's refusal to sign a bank waiver means he is lying and that he has stolen money from the Filipino people. Here's more of what Senator Trillanes has said.
Pirma ka na ng waiver, tama na yung dakdak at paninindak, pirma na, huwag forma.
Trillanes also mentioned that apart from organizing a mass protest here in the Philippines, or here in Manila, the people should also expect that Tindig Pilipinas will organize other protests in other parts of the country. Mai.
McCoy, how do they intend to make the petition known to the president?
Well, Trillanes mentioned about signing a formal letter to the president, affixing all the signatures that they will gather here. Speaking of signatures, they have here a huge petition board where people supporting the call for President Duterte to make his bank accounts public can put their signatures on that petition board. Now, Trillanes said that while they're still to discuss matters with them within the organization about their next move, but he says that people should expect them to organize mass protests in other parts of the country. Mai.
Thank you. McCoy Papioco reporting live from Quezon City. Embattled Chief Justice Tindig Pilipinas says President Duterte is losing his grip. In a statement, the cause-oriented group says, quote, "Only a paranoid and insecure little man afraid of losing power will rationalize the need to impose a revolutionary government." It calls on the democratic forces to resist the move. Tindig Pilipinas also leads an event to challenge the president to disprove hidden wealth allegations. Our McCoy Papioco reports from Quezon City. Hi, McCoy. What are the protesters calling for?
Hundreds of protesters have gathered here at the University of the Philippines, Diliman. Despite the heavy rains, they stood their ground and they are united in their call on President Rodrigo Duterte to come clean. They're urging the president to sign a bank waiver that will allow authorities to look into Mr. Duterte's wealth. Former Social Welfare and Development Secretary Dinky Soliman says once and for all, the president should make his bank accounts public. His refusal to sign the waiver means he's trying to hide something from the public, she says. Soliman also slams the government for waging a witch hunt against institutions and personalities criticizing the government. Soliman cites an example, the impeachment cases against Ombudsman Conchita Harpes Morales and Supreme Court Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno. The former cabinet official also dismisses accusations that this group, Tindig Pilipinas, is behind destabilization plot.
Alam ho ninyo, yung sinasabi ninyo dilawan ito, meron destabilization plot. Hindi ho ba siya naniniwala sa Department of National Defense at Armed Forces of the Philippines na nasa ilalim ng poder niya? Sinabi po walang destabilization at wala pong kulay ito. Ito po ay ordinaryong mamamayan na naninindigan. Oo, dati akong kasama sa Administrasyon Aquino, pero hindi naman ho ako nawala sa pagka-Pilipino ko.
Tindig Pilipinas is primarily composed of current and former government officials connected with the Liberal Party and the previous Aquino administration. And a few minutes ago, Senator Antonio Trillanes was here and he made a rather daring speech, and he said that the Duterte family is behind the shipment of drugs here in the Philippines. And he says Duterte's refusal to sign a bank waiver means he is lying and that he has stolen money from the Filipino people. Here's more of what Senator Trillanes has said.
Pirma ka na ng waiver, tama na yung dakdak at paninindak, pirma na, huwag forma.
Trillanes also mentioned that apart from organizing a mass protest here in the Philippines, or here in Manila, the people should also expect that Tindig Pilipinas will organize other protests in other parts of the country. Mai.
McCoy, how do they intend to make the petition known to the president?
Well, Trillanes mentioned about signing a formal letter to the president affixing all the signatures that they will gather here. Speaking of signatures, they have here a huge petition board where people supporting the call for President Duterte to make his bank accounts public can put their signatures on that petition board. Now, Trillanes said that while they're still to discuss matters with them within the organization about their next move, but he says that people should expect them to organize mass protests in other parts of the country. Mai.
Thank you. Makoy Papioco reporting live from Quezon City. Embattled Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno returns to her alma mater, where she gamely answers questions on her impeachment case. She says the fight is far from over. Anjo Alimario filed this report.
A chill Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno faces some of the students and alumni of the Ateneo de Manila University. She smiles and laughs as if she's not facing one of her toughest battles yet. The first question thrown at her, the impeachment case.
I do not lose sleep over the accusations. When you know you have not done anything wrong, when your conscience is clean, you can sleep peacefully at night.
Sereno maintains her innocence as she's accused of culpable violation of the Constitution, betrayal of public trust, corruption, and other high crimes.
I know I have not done anything wrong, can continue to call meetings to order, preside over the same, follow each item of the agenda coolly, with calmness.
Sereno says she fully submits herself to the impeachment process and relies on the truth.
You recognize that there is a process. Sabi sa Constitution, impeachment. Now, kung susunod sila correctly, according to the process or not, is something else. Of course, people say that the truth is so muddled now. Politics is the king and not truth. Well, let us see.
But if there's one thing she's sure about,
the game is not over yet, right? It is too early.
The House Justice Committee has yet to vote if there's probable cause to impeach her. The Chief Justice points out the fight for truth is an independently worthy cause.
You young people must never give up on the truth. Hold it as the most precious thing in the world to you. Proclaim it. Demand that people tell the truth. Unveil the lies.
Trial, Sereno says, make us closer to God. And for her, God is bigger than political forces.
Pirma o forma? Pirma o forma? Pirma o forma? Magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. Ako po ay natutuwa at talagang dumadami at lumalakas ang boses laban kay Duterte. Kagaya nga po nung sabi niya ating kasamahan si Andrew, ito pong bank accounts issue na ito ay na-discover natin nung patapos na yung kampanya last year. Di ba ang sinasabi niya ay siya daw ay natutulog sa kulambo? Di ba? Yung pala natuklasan natin, bilyonaryo pala yung mama. Siya at ang kanyang pamilya. Just to give you an idea kung ano ang nilalaman ng bank accounts, nakita po natin doon, meron siyang mga deposito na mga mahigit sa 50 million pesos. 13 times pumasok sa account. 13 times. Pag tinototal mo, yung palang 700 million pesos aabot na. Doon naman sa 40 to 50 million pesos na deposito, ay 20 plus times pumasok sa account niya. Tapos naman, isang araw, bumili siya ng mga insurance, investment ito, no? Para sa kanyang 4 na anak, worth 80 million pesos lahat-lahat. So pag sinuma natin, ang total ng nilalaman nung pumasok sa kanyang accounts ay mahigit 2 bilyong piso. Kaya ngayon, sinasabi niya ay hindi raw totoo. Invento raw yan. At sa atin, para magkaalaman, pumirma ng waiver. Kaya, pirma o forma? Pirma! Yan. By the way, binabati natin yung ating mga brad at sis Magdalo na nandoon. At ang iba po natin mga kasama na dito. At yung issue na yan ay isa lang sa napakaraming issue laban kay Duterte. Ang isang pinakamabigat na issue dito, yung libu-libong pinatay na mga kababayan natin. Meron po ako nakasalubong kanina na yung anak niya ay natukhan. Hindi mo malaman kung ano mo, paano mo sasabihin, paano mo papahupain yung sakit na nararamdaman niya. Ito na ang pinakang magagawa natin, pinakang or the least that we could do para sa mga naging biktima nitong tukhan. Kailangan natin maging boses nila. Sila yung mga hindi kayang lumaban. Tayo na kayang lumaban. Nandito tayo yun kahit may bagyo, ha? Palakpakan niya natin muna lahat. Dito natin pinapakita na hindi tayo mapipigilan sa ating boses. So yun na nga, yung EJK na yan, libo-libong Pilipino na ang namatay, yun ang pinakamalaking krimen na gawa nitong Duterte administration. Pangalawa dyan, ay itong nasasangkot yung kanyang anak at manugang or manugang dito po sa pagpasok ng tuneto nila ng illegal na droga. Biruin nyo, pinapatay nila yung mga napagsususpetsahan na pusher at user, pero pamilya pala niya yung nagpapasok ng tuneto nila ng sabu sa ating bansa. Ganyan mo makikita kung gano'ng ka-hipokrito itong mga taong ito. Galit daw sa droga, yung pala negosyo nila. Ikatlong kasalanan sa ating bansa ito ni Mr. Duterte ay itong pagsisindak niya, pagsisira niya, pananakot niya dito sa iba't ibang institusyon ng ating demokrasya. Bukod pa riyan, pati sa iba't ibang sektor, kagaya ng simbahan, ng media, sinisindak niya. Itong ating Supreme Court, ang Chief Justice ay kinasuhan na ng impeachment. Ganon din, itinatakot itong Ombudsman ng impeachment din. Itong si Senator Laila de Lima ay pinakulong na. Hoping siya na masisindak yung mga kagaya natin. Pero nakita natin dito ngayon na hindi uubra yung ganyang pananakot at ganyang mga taktika. Ngayon, tinatakot din si Senator Risa Ontiveros ng mga kaso. Di ba? So, tapos kahapon, ibinalita, mag-declare daw siya ng revolutionary government. Para pigilan tayo lahat dito na kumukontra sa kanya. Papayag ba tayo dyan? Lalaban ba tayo matatakot? Lalaban!
Lalaban!
Papakita natin, pag ginawa niya yan, magtitipon-tipon tayo at ipapakita